Good evening. I will call to order the May 16th, 2023 Board of Directors meeting for Piedmont Community Charter School. Piedmont Community Charter School is a tuition-free K-12 school that offers a superior college preparatory education experience for this community and its families. If you would please join me in a moment of silence. Services. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion to second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. So we'll move those items and move on to item 4, awards and recognition.
Okay. Well, we have been having a lot of fun around here lately, and I'm excited to read through this wonderful news. High school students completing a CTE pathway took the North Carolina Work Keys ACT assessment and were proficient in all areas. We are proud to announce that all 49 juniors and seniors who took the assessment earned a National Career Readiness Certificate. We're very proud of them. Piedmont will have 5 seniors who, by the end of this summer, will earn their Associate of Arts degree from Gaston College through Piedmont's College and Career Promise program. They are Hannah Lofton, Saya Patel, Peyton Hamlin, Jacob McIntyre, and Grady Tippett. I think we need to give them
That's great.
Congratulations to the recipients of the PCCS Scholar Athlete Award, Jack Sherrill and Ava Stratman. This award recognizes 2 outstanding senior athletes who represent Piedmont's portrait of a graduate, acting with honor and integrity and are academically prepared for college. Jack and Ava each received a $1,500 scholarship. Jack will attend North Carolina State University and Ava will attend Gardner-Webb University. At the middle school, 8th grader Laura Haskins was selected for the National Junior Honor Society Outstanding Achievement Award. This award recognizes middle school students for their commitment to the 5 pillars of National Junior Honor Society: scholarship, service, leadership, character, and citizenship. Laura will also receive a $500 scholarship deposited to a 529 account in preparation for her educational future. And next we have the Ann Beam Morgan Memorial Scholarship was awarded to senior, I might need some help, Ms. Hupstetler, pronouncing his last name. Abakisi. AJ Abakisi, who will attend North Carolina A&T this fall. This is a $1,500 scholarship awarded annually to 1 student from the graduating class. AJ's winning essay was selected as the best reflection of Piedmont's portrait of a graduate. So we're very happy for him. And last, we have that our total scholarships awarded to our seniors this year is $2,061,691.
All right. That's great. Item 5, approval of previous minutes. Does anyone have any questions or comments about the minutes from April 18th?
I move that we approve the minutes as written.
Second.
Motion to second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The minutes are approved. Thank you. And then we also have an executive committee meeting minutes here. We got together to look at switching our accounting vendors. So we're switching to Prestige Accounting Services. Any questions about those minutes? We had a timeline we had to keep, so we just did it through the executive committee. It's a good deal for us. More service, less cost. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve the minutes. Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. All right. Item 6A, Finance Committee and Treasurer Report.
Thank you, sir. I have several items to cover this evening, but I'm going to start with our regular monthly reports. The first is the surplus and cash report. As of April 30th, 2023, our operating account with BB&T, $3,276,959.27. Our investment account, $2,436,603.48. Petty cash of $1,000 brings our total cash $5,714,562.75. Our anticipated cash position, starting from last June, that was $5,661,187. Current year budgeted surplus of $921,285.76, less our fund balance appropriations of $510,396. Expected cash and investments on hand, 6/30/2023, $6,072,076.76, less out the PNC investment account of $2,436,603.48, leaves us with an expected cash available on 6/30/2023, $3,635,473.28. Bond accounts, U.S. Bank, our first is the bond fund on the far right, our ending balance, $794,833.71. Our debt service reserve fund, $1,794,029.74. Leaves a total proceeds at U.S. Bank, $2,588,863.45. Questions on the first? Okay, we'll move on to the budget report. This was for April. For monthly activity, total revenue, $1,494,760.35 against total expenses of $1,345,348.05. Leaves a net surplus, $149,412.30. Total other income from our investment account, $19,999.30. Other expenses, $3,146.25. Net surplus after investment, $166,265.35 for the month. Questions there? All right. The next item you guys have in front of you is the budget proposal for 2023-24 school year. And I'm going to hit the highlights here, but you see each revenue and expense line. For state revenue, this is based on 1,920 students with a 1% increase to last year, a very conservative number. One other thing to note here on the total federal revenue, the $1,374,745.76. This is a decrease from last year due to ESSER funds that we had previously received. So we have about $600,000 left there, but you will see a decrease if you're looking year to year. So total revenue, $17,509,677.21. Below that is expenses. I want to hit the first two lines there. Salaries, $9,923,000. This is obviously our largest expense. This was reviewed at the current rate, so we didn't have anything changed to last year. So that's that number. Benefits line of $2,500,000. That is a 4% increase to the health insurance. So that was a large increase, very large increase there. A lot of the other expense lines are tied to revenue, so when we obviously get an approved number, those will be finalized as well. But total expenses, $16,803,515.54, has a proposed net surplus of $706,161.76. Debt service reserve, we are at a 1.16 against a 1.1, and our projected days cash on hand is 123 for next year. Any questions? I know that's a lot, but again, this is, until we get our number, that's just using a very, very conservative number of a 1% increase to last year.
Any questions? Claire, do you have anything to add, or?
And that will need to be voted upon.
So salaries are staying the same, is that what you, so salaries are staying the same, is that what you stated?
We did not factor in an increase yet.
Okay.
When we get our final number, wait a minute, I have that. All employees will be renewed at the current rate and will adjust once the state releases the final funding.
There may be some action from the state that changes that math.
Okay.
But as of now, we just carry that forward.
And also, we don't know what our allotment is. We don't know what, he's saying we're forecasting a 1% increase from the state. But if it's 4%, then it's different math. Right?
Yeah.
So decisions on salaries are not particularly made. It's just making a budget for next year.
Basically waiting on the state budget and the salary schedule to come out.
Right.
Which hopefully will happen in July.
And we usually present that updated October, November.
We've always done a good job of being conservative with this first round, and it held true again this year. So. Any other questions? We do need to approve this.
Motion to approve the budget as presented.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The budget is approved. Thank you.
And the final thing that I have is the approval for the audit engagement letter. This is Potter & Company, so we used last year. Same company, price hasn't changed. But this, rather large packet is sent over, but again, this will have to be approved on as well. No changes in price.
Do I hear a motion?
So that was nice, they held the price.
Yes. If there aren't any questions, or comments, do I hear a motion?
I make a motion to approve the audit contract. I'll second it.
Motion is second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
All I got.
That's it. 6B, Head of School Report. Ms. Gillen?
All right. Good evening, board members. The first report I have for you is the compliance submission report. So we had to submit our parent grievance policy. That has not changed, so we just resubmitted our grievance policy, as well as employee grievance policy. It's basically the same thing. So that was submitted before the due date, and then we needed to submit the fire, OSHA, and other required health and safety inspections. So we did upload the evidence of our current inspections, and that was done 5/11 prior to the due date. And then for Emma, for our bond loans, we had no filing requirement this month. Okay, next we have the enrollment report, and this is as of May the 9th. We have a total of 1,814 students. There are 646 in K4, 632 in middle school, and 536 in high school. We had one withdrawal. A family moved to a different town or to a different state. Okay, it's contract time, so I have I have everybody's contract tonight. Occupational therapy, speech therapy, and physical therapy through pediatric hands-on therapy. We have used them for, gosh, probably 15 years. They do an amazing job for us and for our students. And we would like to get that contract renewed, as well as Dr. Keys, our school psychologist. And then the last one you have is for Logan Carter. She is our speech pathologist. And the only one that went up just a little bit in price was the speech pathologist, and it went up like 83 cents per hour. And I do need your approval on all three of those.
Okay. Again, nice that some of them are staying flat. Any questions or comments? We've all seen these. We've used these folks for a long time, so that's good. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve the occupational therapy, speech therapy, and physical therapy, and psychological services contracts. Did I get them all?
Second.
All those in favor?
I had a quick question. We got all these on here, and we got this one. What about the third one? The contract with Logan Carter is for what service?
Oh, that is speech pathologist.
Speech pathology.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha. So not
Speech
speech
language.
therapy, in addition, the speech pathology.
Yeah, speech language
I'll amend
pathology.
my motion to add approval of the speech pathology contract.
Great. Motion to second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Those contracts are approved.
Thank you. And Ms. Starnes, our high school rep, has a few things to tell you about.
Just a couple of updates about the excitement we have around the school for graduation. We started our exams. We're on go now. We're ready for graduation. The seniors are extremely excited. They've had a steak dinner. They've walked through the 3 campuses, which they absolutely loved. And yesterday, a lot of tears were shed. A lot of them finished up their courses yesterday, and I had a lot of tears saying, this is really going to happen now. And we're really excited around the high school. And as the teacher representative, we want to thank all of you on the board, the PTO, the administration, the students and parents for the wonderful things during Teacher Appreciation Week. It was a great week. We are very humbled to be part of such a school that values what we do and appreciates us, and it was felt, and we really had a great week. So we want to thank you for that. We are ready to have a break, and we are ready to rest, and we are ready to come back in August because we'll be rested, and we've had a wonderful year at the high school this year. So we thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Yes, thank you so much. So I'll hit some highlights on the calendar here. So the last day of school for students, all students, is May 24th. I know they're looking forward to that. On May 25th, we're going to have an end-of-year staff luncheon at 12:30 here at the high school. Graduation is May 26th at 10 a.m. at Caramont Health Park, Honey Hunter Stadium. And then June 20th will be our annual board meeting at 7 o'clock.
Thank you. 6C, Enrichment Committee.
All right. The Enrichment Committee met Tuesday, May 9th via Zoom at 6 p.m. Our agenda was to discuss the annual Cognia parent, student, and staff surveys. Mrs. Killen shared staff survey results, which were overwhelmingly positive. And I would like to share that amongst all of the Cognia network, Piedmont Charter has had a higher score this year. The network average was 4.12, and Piedmont's overall score was 4.3. And some of the areas scoring the highest amongst our staff were our school's purpose statement is clearly focused on student success. Our school's leaders monitor data related to student achievement. Our school's governing body or school board complies with all policies, procedures, laws, and regulations. Our school's leaders expect staff members to hold all students to high academic standards. And our school-related learning support services are provided for all students based on their needs. And our school provides high-quality student support services, counseling, referrals, education, and career planning. Our school maintains facilities that contribute to safe environment. So our staff feels that these are some of the highest items going for Piedmont. And after reviewing the data from the parent, student, staff surveys, all the directors will focus on teacher-parent communication as an area of improvement next school year. In addition to traditional methods of communication that are already in place, there are plans to implement communication logs as a professional development plan goal for staff, and focus on providing training to all staff on how to best utilize our newest communication tool, Parent Square. The committee would like to thank all who took the time to complete the survey and highlight that the recent school dress code changes were some of the suggestions that came from previous surveys. And although not all suggestions can be implemented, for example, unfortunately, the health department did shoot down the possibility of microwaves in the high school commons area. But we would like to ask for all parents, students, and staff to continue to provide suggestions and feedback. And then second on the Enrichment Committee's agenda was to discuss Piedmont's equity plan. An equity plan seeks to ensure that every student is treated in a fair and just manner, providing the necessary allocations of resources for the success of every student, and seeks to eliminate discriminatory barriers. An equity plan allows our school to analyze our inequities and strategize how we will provide an equitable education amongst all students at Piedmont. Our inequities to consider are students taught by ineffective or inexperienced teachers. Thus, a new position was created. Mrs. Karen Gant became a consultant or a teacher coach to those within their first 3 years of their career. So the committee took a look at the feedback from those initial licensed teachers and feedback from their mentors and Mrs. Karen Gant. Mrs. Gant determined each need and addressed them through various ways, and all teachers were positive when talking about their interactions with their mentors and Mrs. Gant. There was an overwhelming consensus that new teachers at Piedmont feel very supported, and that's the Enrichment Committee's report.
Great, thank you. 6D, Athletics Committee.
Okay, you have a few updates from the middle school and the high school. First, at the middle school, Coach Weiss reports that it was a very productive spring in middle school athletics. The girls' softball team finished second place in the conference in the regular season and played Union Academy in the conference championship. 3 girls made the all-tournament team, those being Brianna Phillips, Evie East, and Ezra Lynn. The baseball team finished in 3rd place in the regular season with a 10-5 overall record and a 7-3 conference record. The baseball team had its first win over community public charter before being put out in the second round against Union Academy. 2 kids made the all-tournament team, those being Cooper Hamlin and Corey Simons. The middle school girls soccer team finished fourth in the conference with a 3-3 conference record and beat Greystone Day in the first round of the conference tournament, advancing to play Union Academy in round 2 and falling to that school by a score of 4-0. Two girls made the all-tournament team, those being Aubrey Keenan and Caitlin Helm. The golf team finished fourth in the conference tournament. The players really improved over the course of the year, and Noah Harden was named to the all-tournament team. In the 8th grade class, we have 59 student athletes that have played either one sport or multiple sports for the middle school. We will miss them and wish them nothing but success as they continue their athletic careers at the high school. Coach Radford reports on the spring conference seasons at the high school. Baseball was co-conference champion and made it to the first round of the playoffs. Softball also was shared the conference champion crown and made it to the second round of the playoffs. Girls soccer made the playoffs. Men's tennis was conference champion and made it to the second round of the playoffs with 6 competitors qualifying for the regionals. And men's golf was conference champions and had 1 competitor qualify for the regionals.
Nice.
And so a lot of activity on the
Yeah,
athletics.
that's great. A lot of engagement in middle school there.
Yes, sir. And
Thank
that's
you.
it from the athletics.
Great, thank you. All right, 6E. Going to get into some contracts again.
This one.
Facilities Committee.
So the contract that I have tonight is for Harmon Construction Services, and they will be managing the construction project at the middle school parking lot. So he, Mr. Harmon, actually performed these same services when we built this high school, so he's very familiar with Piedmont and how we operate, and he knows a lot more than I do about paving and all that fun stuff. So I strongly suggest that we approve this contract. So it's right here, if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask.
Yeah, Ty was great. I mean, going through the high school, it was, he made it a lot easier, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
And I would say this looks like a good deal.
I make a motion to approve the Harmon Construction Management Services contract.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Great.
Yeah, I think he cut us.
Anything else from facilities? That's it. All right. 6F, Governance Committee.
Governance Committee, we'll need a closed session for head of school.
Do you have anything before we go into closed session?
I don't think that I do.
Okay.
Are you trying to remind me of anything?
No.
We did
Let me
not
get my
meet.
cheat sheet out here. So, I will need to hear a motion for us to enter into closed session based on NC Statute 143-138.11, Section 6, to discuss personnel contracts for the 23-24 school year. We will just probably briefly come out of that, and then we'll go back in for the head of school evaluation.
Okay. So right now, we're going to do
Employee contracts first.
6B.
Yep.
Okay. Want me to make this motion?
Oh, yeah, or somebody can just say so moved. And
So moved.
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we will enter into closed session. motion from closed session that we will now vote on. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Next board meeting, June 20th, 2023.